Intraoperative imaging is overrated in anterior hips. Pro position, all the way from Belgium, Kristoff Korten, and con position, Blake Peterson. Pro position starts with 4 minutes.
So yeah, it's overrated. I'm probably one of the only guys here in this audience who think that intraoperative X-ray is overrated. Now, Jack Houston is a famous knee surgeon, and he once said, orthopedics, it's all about anatomy and a little bit of common sense. He didn't say it's all about radiation and a little bit of common sense, did he? So I like the anatomy. We both like to see what we do. You like to see it on a screen. I like to see intraoperatively what I do. I look at the diameter of femoral head, so my socket will be maximum 2 millimeters larger than that. Second, I also look at the transverse acetabular ligament, and I've templated the center of rotation relative to that ligament. I know exactly where my socket is relative to the ligament. And third, a very important intraoperative landmark that I always use is the insertion site of the obturator externus. You can template the shoulder of your stem relative to the insertion site of the externus. So when you use these three things together, then you will have a perfect and accurate execution of what you have templated. And I know that Tanya Ferguson will not like what I'm saying here. In Belgium, we take the hips at the end of the case through a full, deep flexion and range of motion, external rotation, internal rotation. So I will summarize, and I will make my message very clear and simple to you guys, orthopedic surgeons. It's like looking at a beautiful woman. You either do it on a picture or you take the hip through a full range of motion. I go for the second.
Yielding 2 minutes of time quite confidently.
Yeah.
Con position.
No, I agree with a lot of these points. I think that it's wonderful to be able to look and see the transverse acetabular ligament, to look at the anterior wall of the acetabulum, to feel what that shuck feels like when you're checking to see if you've recreated the offset correctly. I do all of those things too, but I also take a picture of it so I can see. So I think that a good example of this is if you've ever driven in Europe, you can probably see why these guys must not use GPS either. It's very haphazard. There's no rules. There's no turn signals. There's just free-for-all. So even when I drive home, which I know how to do every single day, I use my GPS because I don't know what I don't know. And I'm not a good enough driver or surgeon to be able to foresee things that I can't see with my naked eye. So I think the data out there is really good on this too. There's studies that show that up to 25% of cups that are placed without fluoroscopy are outside of the Lewinnek safe zone, which is already a massively large target. And we're missing that massively large target when we are kind of eyeballing it and getting the how's it feel kind of situation going on. I think leg length without is a very easy thing to do when you're doing a anterior hip off table. You can feel the legs, you can see how they are the same length. I think offset's harder. I think that's one that you really need fluoroscopy to be able to truly evaluate. I think that you find things that you don't necessarily feel, things like non-displaced fractures, or if you have medialized your cup more than you expected, you get fooled by those osteophytes in the acetabulum that are tough to see. And then I think lastly, the thing to think about with fluoroscopy is, yes, it is overrated for an extremely high volume, extremely experienced surgeon that's doing 1,000 hips a year, and you have seen every nuance that's out there. But that's not the vast majority of us. When we look at who's doing anterior hips, lots of guys are doing 50 or less a year. And if we could be in a utopia where we could have only the highest volume guys doing all of the surgeries, I think that would be a much easier argument. But when we live in a world that we live in where you don't have that experience, I think that using fluoroscopy is an incredible crutch to have and to use, and not be ashamed that you have to use it or want to use it, because you have like I said, just because you know the way that you're going, you know the path home, doesn't make it wrong to use GPS to get there.
1 minute rebuttal.
Yeah, so thank you for not convincing me. So when I was in Bern with Professor Gans, and he was doing his periacetabular osteotomies, and I said, Professor, why do you not use fluoroscopy doing a PAO? Then suddenly he stopped doing surgery. Everybody stopped breathing, and he looked at me and he said, Dr. Korten, never get addicted to fluoroscopy. So he's one of the giants, and I think I follow him. I think my main message is fluoroscopy is not a bad thing, but make sure that you see what you want to see during your OR. And then fluoroscopy could be an added value to it. If you don't want to miss a periprosthetic fracture, that means, and you need fluoroscopy for that, that means you haven't got a good view on your proximal femur. So my message is, it should not be a surrogate for poor exposure during your surgery.
1 minute rebuttal.
Yeah, I think, well, thank you for hammering home my point, which would be that it is a great check and balance. It helps you validate what you think you see and helps give us a ability to, like I said, validate what we're truly feeling and what we're experiencing during the surgery. I'd say fluoroscopy is a tool that is, when used correctly, extremely powerful. I think you can find lots of examples of professors who don't use fluoroscopy, these very experienced surgeons who have gotten so good at feeling what it's supposed to feel like, seeing every little nuance, that they know what that cup's supposed to look like in there. But then you can also turn to Joel Matta, who has done more hip replacements than most of us will ever do and still uses fluoroscopy in every hip that he did through his career. So that's the counterpoint.
Yeah, but Joel just applied for a fellowship with me next night.
All right. Thank you, gentlemen. Excellent. Please go ahead and vote for the winner of this. Are you in favor of being addicted to philosophy, or are you in a casual relationship with imaging?